next question is please describe how you would address the ailing Milwaukee County transit system. It would be Sebastian Reichloss first on this one.
Transit's obviously very important. I would be an advocate for maintaining all of the lines within the 14th district. In the last budget, no lines were canceled for all of Milwaukee County. There was some juggling of hours, but none were canceled. In regards to the fares, I know the fares did go up to $2 per person. Just to break it down, the state covers 40% of the cost per rider. Federal aid comes in at 13%, and 29% of that revenue comes in from the fare holder themselves. The county levies approximately 14% for the remainder of that ticket. Public transit is obviously important. I think whenever we can find efficiencies to move large groups of employees or persons who are dependent upon the bus system, it is important that we properly fund that system.
You're next, yes.
This sounds like it's an offshoot of the question, but I think what we have to do is focus on the buses that are working here in Milwaukee County and not pay attention to things like light rail. There's a lot of lobbyist pressure behind getting light rail or trains between Milwaukee County and Kenosha County. There's only so many dollars in service for transit, and we do need the buses. There are a lot of people that depend on them. Honestly, I talked to somebody who works at McDonald's, and I can't say too much about her, but she's worked at McDonald's for 11 years, and she works at the McDonald's in approximately Oklahoma and 6th, and she lives on the south side on Clement Avenue. And she has to take the bus. They used to have a bus that ran every 15 minutes, and then it changed to an hour. And it used to make sense that it ran every 15 minutes because they used to have an AMC way back in the day warehouse on Clement, and there were a lot of workers that relied on that bus. And we still have to fund those things. And the truth is, the buses do work, and I believe a lot of people are dependent on them. And I think almost nobody is dependent on a train. So even though it's bucking the system, we have to focus our dollars on that specifically and protect it, and not worry about stupid things like light rail, which is going to get money hit like crazy. We can't afford it. If we can't afford buses, we can't afford light rail. And I'll focus on the buses and pay no attention at all or work against having light rail being funded with county dollars at least. Thank you.
Well, as I just mentioned, I believe the county can start a good municipal industry from brewing biodiesel fuel. We have the resources on hand. It's very easy to do if you know what you're doing. And the county can save a lot of money by brewing its own fuel. So we would not be giving our tax dollars to Texas or Canada or Saudi Arabia. We would still need to buy petroleum diesels for the winter time. But we can use biodiesel year-round and make it year-round as well. That will save a lot of money. Another thing I'd like to explore is improving the bus system. The city of Albuquerque, New Mexico has a very cool bus system, a special line that runs east and west through the city. Like Milwaukee, Albuquerque is on a grid, albeit slightly different alignment. There's a bus that stops 1 mile every 10 minutes. It's not terribly expensive to ride, and it is extremely reliable. It's extremely popular among the people of Albuquerque, and many of the people who live there have never taken the bus before have started taking the bus because it gets them to where they're going affordably. I actually did take the bus today, as well as driving my own car, and I'm curious who else in this room took the bus today. Thank you.
Basically, Milwaukee County Transit is heading in the wrong direction, pardon the pun. When we are raising fares single way from $1.25 to $2 and cutting lines or proposing to cut lines at the same time, it's not a way to grow the system, it's not a way to encourage use, it's punishing those who use it. It impacts those who use it tenfold because these people are using it for everything. People who use cars complain about the price of gas going up. When the price of gas goes up, more people tend to use the bus. When bus fares go up, less people are going to be using the bus. So we need to grow the system. How to do that is immediately, when elected, I will work with the other board members